stages of rock and roll.
Well, hello, and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, Amazing Super Chris. It is Thursday. I love Thursday. We're going to have some fun. Hopefully we'll take some calls. That's what the show will be about. And we'll have some, with any luck, people will call us and ask us questions. We'll see. We'll be back in a minute. You have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No! Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved. Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better. And that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. All right, we are back. Good morning, everyone. Let me bring on Ryan. Hello, Ryan. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm happy that the week is closing in. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how I feel about that.
That's
how
good.
about yourself?
I feel better now. It's better now.
The little ditty?
Yeah, the little
ditty did it for you?
When you run into somebody
Not
happy
Diddy.
and... No, not P. Diddy. Not oily P. Diddy. We go here. There we go. Boop. Good morning. How's your day going so far? It's early yet.
So it's still early yet. So far, so good. I've been up since like 4 again, so not sleeping much. I don't know if you've been up since 12 again.
No, I slept until about 1:30 this morning, so that's kind of normal for me. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's closer to normal. Oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I slept well until 12:30 or 1:30. See, when I don't sleep and I get up at 1:30, it sucks when you don't sleep. But I get you totally. 4 o'clock is stupid crazy for most people.
Yeah. But I walked Pickles, and she didn't take me on a long walk. We went on one of our shorter walks, which I was really happy about because I got to catch up on all the the stuff that happens overnight while you sleep. because a lot happens. So that's good. Yeah. So far I can't really say anything bad.
Well, that's good. That's good. We got people in the chat here. Adrian Belgrave is here. John Hudson was banging on the door early this morning. Good morning, John. Thank you. He came in with an attitude ready to beat the piss out of the chat bot. You know, I go masturbate, John. Get your frustrations out elsewhere. Good morning, everyone. Miss Non Sequitur is here. Says, "Oh yeah, I am an Aquarian." Indeed. Rational Poet Jackie. Good morning, Rational Poet Jackie. Austin Sims. Nice to see. Sorry we lost you guys yesterday. It's just the internet went down.
Oh, right.
And I got to be honest, for several minutes I sat here talking, thinking I thought we'd lost her. And I was like, oh, look at her. She's gone.
Oh, that's so funny. Ooh.
Yeah, when you popped back in, I was like, oh shit. And then, you know, bad things happened. Anyway, we're back today. You know, I hate it when something like that happens after an exciting or unfortunate day, because people have the wrong idea why we're not up. Like Chris got all pissed off, said fuck it to everything. No, I was up and had a good time. I was ready to have a party and do the dance thing. So,
unfortunate. A series of unfortunate events.
Events, yes. And then, you know, once you lose the stream, getting it back is kind of, you know, so.
Yeah, I mean, if you started a whole new stream up, you might have got half the people back. Like, it's...
True.
It is what it is.
We did what we did. We
closed the store early, folks. Sorry.
Yes. That's all right. Let's see. Sean Alexander, my first time back in a while. Good morning, Sean. Says, and you're already talking about masturbation. You know, it was kind of out of the ordinary that it just, Satan compelled me to say that. Maybe it was because you were in the chat, Sean.
Well, it's a great way to start your day. I'm just saying. I highly recommend 10 out of 10.
There you go. 10 out of 10. Let's see. Just another semester of chemistry. Awesome. You know, Austin Sims, that's crazy stuff. Are you going to take some like Bible stuff? Or are you just going to be like a chemistry smart person stuff? I've thought about going back to school for Bible stuff, to be like a Bible theologian. So people would respect me when I said things, because now they don't listen to me. Nobody respects me.
How hard is it, do you think? Like, how long does it take to get just like to the first level thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like an associate's degree in theology.
I don't know how. Yeah, is that how that works?
I have quite a few college credits already. I could just probably sneak that in. But that'd just be the beginning, really. To be honest, I'd want to really know, and I'd want to study hard and learn, and I want to be like Dr. Kip, so people would all listen to me, except for some jackasses on the internet who think they know better than I do.
We can do it online, right?
I think we can. Surely we could.
Something to think about.
It is. I mean, we're in the business.
We are in the business.
Yeah, until we get, burned at the stake. Just saying. You never know. That sucks. It all sucks. It's not working. It's broken. My thing is broke. Oh, there you are. Good morning, everyone. All right, so let's see what we've got going on here. I do have a poll. I knew you'd want to hear that. The poll question of the day is blasphemy a victimless crime or a necessary social tool? Is that today's poll? Or is that yesterday's? That's today's poll, I guess. It is today's poll. You want over here, buddy? Okay, good boy. Ollie, the computer engineer, was helping out this morning to make sure everything went smooth.
I think he just wanted to show off his new haircut to me, honestly.
Would you guys like to see Ollie's new haircut? I'll show you Ollie's new haircut. Let's go here. Can I go here? Oh, boop. Okay.
Rational Poet Jackie.
Oh my goodness. Ollie just got himself did yesterday where he is not wanting to hang. He wants to go do other stuff. There he is. Don't give away the puppy yawns for free, man. Goodness gracious. Good.
He looks so good. Like a little fluff ball, a little fluffy cloud.
Yes. Like a hungry cloud.
Something perfect that Bob Ross would paint. I'm telling you, that's what he's painting when he says little puffy, fluffy cloud. That's right. It's Ollie.
That's good. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. What I thought about him whenever he was kind of shaggy, he looks like the ghost of Benji. Like Benji the Friendly Ghost, Casper. Yeah, because I mean, just
oh gosh, yeah.
You remember Benji, right? Yeah.
Wait, yes, the dog Benji, right?
The dog Benji, yes, the dog.
Yeah,
there may be people
it's been
named
so
Benji. Long. Their parents are cruel. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I remember Benji.
Yeah. He was a shaggy.
Dog movies were really popular around then.
Yeah.
You remember Cujo?
Not the same kind of dog movie. I'm just saying.
It is a different kind of dog movie, but Cujo was wild, man.
I really hope it doesn't show up. Well, I don't mind. I'd watch it. It's not really a sci-fi thing, though. So, that's good. Is a stream stuttering? I hope not, guys. This has happened before where I've lost interwebs during the stream at a certain time every morning. I don't know why. It comes and goes.
Oh.
I think it's being smited for, my wicked ways. For blaspheming, of course.
Yeah. We know how Yahweh do.
Yes, Yahweh be that way. John says with testosterone levels in the 900s, a pole can pop up because of wind. Gotcha. Yeah. I don't think.
I don't know what I don't even know what normal testosterone levels are.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe is that high? That's a good question. Smoted or smitten? That's a good question. I like smoted. Maybe perhaps smited.
It's got a ring to it.
Yeah, it should be smited. Don't you think it should be smited? I was smited the other day. I smited that bitch the other day. No, because smitten is like, I'm smitten with you.
No, just smit.
Oh, smit.
Like even shorter.
I like it. I dig it.
Just short.
Yeah.
He smit me.
You was smitted.
Oh, Lord.
Blasphemy is a part of a balanced breakfast, says Sean Alexander. Very true. Sean, so tomorrow we're going to watch, I got to remember to watch that movie. We're going to watch Heavy Metal for the show. But Ryan has turned her heathen eye back towards Deep Space Nine. And because the first time they tried to watch it, they didn't get too far into season 1. But then I thought it had gotten further, but they trudged their way through things like Discovery and other shows that, I don't have a problem with the woke part of Discovery. I have a problem with the shitty writing. Anyway, and then finally they've come back to Deep Space Nine, and she's enjoying it, and I'm glad she's enjoying it. That's good.
I am indeed. I've really started to like the characters. They've kind of gotten their feel. They got into a groove, and I think sometimes it just takes not just the character themselves, but together. Yeah. I think they're gelling together now, and the stories are good.
They are. They're getting there, and it's an overall story. It does have that same. Okay, so there is I want to say a fakeness. It's okay. We've just accepted that this is like the plastic. This isn't real. They don't try to play it off as stupid real. They play it off as a show on TV in the 90s. Right? And so whenever you look at Quark, you can see his ears don't actually have holes that go all the way in. You can see
right.
That. And it's okay. You don't give a shit. Those sorts of things, other shows kind of lost that. Stargate had that same feel. SG-1 had that same feel. It's not really reality, so don't stress it too much. We're just having fun out here. And that's what they said. I remember an interview about Stargate when they were like, how come, you can understand everybody? It was like, because if we went through figuring out how to translate everything before we could talk to anybody anytime we went on a planet, this fucking show would suck. And it would have. So
you'd get stuck like every single time, and that would be your one. Like, no, that would annoy people, honestly.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
people get pissed off after a while. So what they did is handled it very well, I think.
Yeah, look here, another planet we're going to spend 3 episodes learning how to say how. Let's see though. Miss Non Sequitur says good morning. Aaron says she loves Nog. Now I forgot to ask you, did you enjoy the episode where Nog asked Cisco if he would help him get into the? Yeah, that was a good one. Huh? That was good.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Nog a lot. He's went off now. We're at the point where he's left.
Okay.
So kind of, I'm going to miss him. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to miss him.
Oh, really? Yeah. Tell me what episode you're at now, because I know you guys fly right through these things.
What was the last? What was the last episode we watched? Damn, I'm gonna have to look it up. I can't remember. I'm just so tired.
Let's see. Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. There we go. We didn't watch any yesterday. I'm doing this Shakespeare thing. So yesterday I spent my day, the beginning of the day, tinkering with some monologues, the end part of the day watching Macbeth. I'm about 3/4 of the way through Macbeth. Now, when I say watching Macbeth, I mean, I've got the script up over here and Macbeth up over here with, oh man, it's a good one. 1979 with Ian McKellen and, Ian McKellen and the actor, I'm sorry, who plays, Emperor Palpatine. So it's got Emperor Palpatine and Gandalf the Grey are both in this play at the same time. It's cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, you were saying, where were you?
I'm glad you're happy about it. Okay, so the last episode we watched was kind of focused on the Ferengis, was season 4, episode 8, Little Green Men, when they went to drop off Nog on Earth for the Academy, and they accidentally went back in time to the 40s.
Got you. Yeah, that's a good one. That's good.
And it was specifically about the translator.
It was, yeah, the ear, right? Yeah. Had to flip that switch in the ear. That's crazy. That's a good episode too. You know, they're over there, pat, 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 and the humans are like, maybe they're trying to communicate with us.
And then Quark's like, and they go, he's like, these guys are primitive. I'm going to like this place. These humans, he says.
Yeah, that was a good episode. Some people really don't like those people. I enjoy them. I love some Ferengi episodes. There's an episode. If you're a trans individual out there, you will love to know, perhaps, that there is an episode where one of our characters there's trans issues that come up on the show.
Oh, wow.
I would normally be like, hey guys, this is cool. I really support this. However, problems. One is that the person, maybe 3 problems. One, I don't think the person did it willingly. 2, so they didn't do it willingly. Secondly, why they did it. Even if they did it willingly, the reason they did it was not a good reason. It didn't help trans people at all. And then 3, how people on the show also react to this person having this sexual reassignment surgery.
Situation? Oh, that's what. Wow.
Yeah. And so just remember, if it's happened, it hasn't happened. No, I'd know it because you're not that. You didn't pull it too far ahead of us, but. I just thought those are the reasons. Normally I'm like, yes, they're like the episode. You probably saw the one where the girls kissed. That's the first kiss on Star Trek between lesbians last night.
Are you talking about with Jadzia and her former worms lover, symbiotes lover? Sorry. I just think it's funny to say worms. I apologize to any symbiote out there.
The worm.
Take no offense, please.
Any symbiote watching. Well, see, I'm saying it wrong.
I have a very serious question about that.
I think they call them symbionts. But what's the question?
Well, if Jadzia and that person have sex, is that an orgy?
Oh, that's a great question.
I mean, just on many levels.
Yeah, you could ask that about somebody who's got schizophrenia as well. Just when they're masturbating. Is that an orgy?
Never mind then.
If a schizophrenic masturbates, is that an orgy? That's a question. Yay!
I will not ask that question.
Did we go there? We went there. Chuck McNorris is here. Good morning, Chuck McNorris. I don't recognize the name. Nice to have you with us.
Me neither.
Let's see what the thing says. It's called gender affirming surgery. Did I not? I thought I got it right. Did I get it right? I thought I said that. Did I say gender affirming surgery? Anyway, I hope I
don't know. I kind of interrupted you, so I didn't really. I'm sorry.
I actually tried to, because when I first came back in the community, I was saying the wrong word. And I hope I didn't say it again accidentally. If I did, it was purely by accident. Let's see. I'll blame her. Everyone, please join Kelly Laughlin and me Friday Night Fun tomorrow night, 10 p.m. You know, here's what I want to show you guys for funsies, for kicks and giggles. This is why. I want to show you, if you don't mind, those of you who can, pull up the website from the damn show. I have been working on the website. Now, when you go to the website, it has like a cute little picture of me and Ryan. You can click on the movie of the week and where you can go vote on the movie of the week. If you have not, you should go vote on the movie of the week. You can purchase merch there. I know. You're like, you have merch? I'm like, yeah, I have merch. We don't really hawk it, but it's cute. It's cute. So go check out the merch. And then there's also, you can click on there and you can click a link and it'll take you to a playlist of the parodies, our parody commercials. There's another one where you can also go to past shows. You can get some information on our hosts. And at the bottom of the homepage is a big, huge thing that says join our Discord server. This is why I'm going through all this, because I believe Aaron is probably, and Scotty might be interested in knowing that this is on our homepage now of our webpage. So join our Discord. And if you look at it, it actually has a list of how many people are online right now. And they tell you what's going on in the server, and you can click the little join the server button. So we're cool. Got some things going on. We're developing. Down at the bottom, or at the top, you know, for those of you who need to know, you can click the movies of the week, previous movies, mailing lists. It'll take you over to a place where you can sign up for our mailing list, or the show calendar. If y'all will out there, turn to your show calendar page. And you will see there's a show calendar today. You'll see our show is listed, tomorrow's show. I'm going to start scheduling our shows in advance, and people can go there and click the show, and it'll even have a link.
Damn.
Yes, I know. What's you're not seeing on this page, the show calendar page, because it's hidden right now because it's not quite done, is a form. That form is for individuals, people, persons, possibly more than one individuals. If they want to sign up or show up as a guest on the show, it'll be a form where they can submit a request to be on the show. So
fun.
Yes, I know. We'll also have fun people are on the calendar. You can go see who is going to be on the show coming up. So I'm learning. We're getting there. So we'll see how it goes. Mon ami, the incorruptible leg of St. Christopher. Hey. Who'd have thunk it? Is Chris back on brain drugs? Well, thank you. No. And
not yet.
That's the reason why, I mean, it may seem like I am, because I'm like, hey, look at this cool thing we're doing. Look at this cool thing we're doing. These cool things we're doing are things that if I were on the brain drugs, they would have been done quicker. But now they were done like all at once. I'm going to work on you for a little while. Oh, look at this. And I'm going to be doing this for a little while. To be or not to, what the fuck is that? Oh, I need to fix that. Yeah, so it's not quite, my brain is go. It do go. So, good morning, Bridget.
You getting it done. Might take you some time. I mean, you got a lot of fiddling to do, so.
I do.
To be fair.
Brent A kicked in the door. Says, is Chris back on? I didn't. No, I didn't take it as an insult. I mean, and I hope to be back on the brain drugs in a couple of weeks with any luck, God willing. So, but I'm actually pretty high on caffeine, and I got a hippie snowball going this morning. Hippie snowball?
Speedball.
Hippie speedball. Ryan, you had it.
Completely different, Chris.
I know. You're laughing way too hard for snowball.
Well, because I'm thinking of like the Urban Dictionary snowball.
No, I know. That's why. Moving on, and we're moving, and we're walking.
Oh, we're gonna keep going.
I know.
Turn here.
I know. I'll get a call from HR. They'll be like, "Did you really say that to her?" I'm like, oh, I don't know. All the blood left my brain. Let's see. Everyone say hi to Disco Poppy. Disco Poppy, where have you been? Oh my goodness. We sent out search parties. There was milk cartons with your face. Goodness gracious. Hope you're doing great. I see a new face in the chat. Trent Trez. Snowballing is a whole other level. Hashtag truth. I'm in speedballing. Hippie speedball. I'm totally down for having a whole entire show on snowballing. It's just, it's a whole entirely different creature.
Speaking of
Yes.
snowballing, Disco Poppy's been in a hidey hole.
There you go. Good. Well, I hope you're doing okay, Disco Poppy. I hope you're, the world is kind of crazy now. So, sometimes us people need to go into a hidey hole. A lot has changed from the last time you were here. We're a call-in show now, mostly, kind of, when people call in. I think that's it. I have a chat bot that chats at you in the chat.
Mhm.
Only once, though.
Yeah.
Only once. Once it says hi to you, it's like, fuck them, I did my part. So you can talk to it, you can yell at it, it will just ignore you. Ask John.
It's good to just yell at sometimes for funsies, you know?
You must. Of course we must.
Mhm. We are the
Kelly
overlords of the robots. So
The overlords of the road. Yeah. Good morning, Kelly Laughlin. High five, Kelly Laughlin. Thank you for joining us. Trent Rest. So how are you, heathens? How's the heartening today? Or heathening, perhaps. The heathening is, in fact, we've been atheisting all morning. I was atheisting in the other room. I did clean it up, though. And then, yeah, and then we were blaspheming. We started the show blaspheming, I think, is where we started.
straight out the gate.
Yeah, straight out the gate. We couldn't help ourselves. We were compelled by Satan. Satan compelled us. Because he's one.
No better way to start your day.
Right. Isn't there a song? That's a song, isn't it?
I think it goes, the best part of waking up is not giving a fuck about God. That's our slogan.
I dig it. I think that's fantastic. One second. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, blasphemy in your cup. That's pretty good, Sean
Blasphemy.
Alexander.
Oh, that's right. XNE for all. Thank you for joining. Giles is back. Man, we got a full crowd. I even forgot to post the thing. I was going to go post it on all Philip Lister's chats because, or all of his Facebook groups, because the thing for today is blaspheming, and it's alive. Ask an atheist. I just kind of threw you to the wolves today, Ryan, but apparently no wolves have shown up. Ooh, there's that. Yeah.
There's probably sheeps here,
Maybe
but
one.
they're really wolves in sheep's clothing.
They really are. What, you're saying their priests are here? Ha 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 ha. So
Don't get me started, guys.
right, everyone spank that like button, says Miss Non Sequitur. That's cool. By the way, again, go join our Discord. I'm actually going to put a deal where it's like thedamnshow.com/Discord. So people who want to go straight to the Discord, I'm going to have it as much as I can interface with Discord. I'll try to embed our Discord server in too, because that's kind of what I'm doing. I've also got like RSS feeds and stuff like that that are automatically posting after having an AI analyze it. It's going pretty good mostly. I'm just waiting for Scotty to go, man, dude, what the fuck are you doing in my server? I'll be okay.
Sorry, Scotty.
Yeah, maybe he don't notice. You know he notices. Scotty notices.
Well, maybe if we'd see him in the chat sometimes.
That's right. He's doing that. What's that thing called? He does it.
Life?
Work.
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
He does.
Yeah.
For
That thing.
I know this one too. Living for a living. That's what he does, because we're content creators. We have
You mean
no
like he
idea what-
trades his body for money?
Yes.
Wow, that's rough.
It's
really rough.
I never really thought about it that way. It's a little disturbing. Yeah, Scotty, if you're watching, I hope you're using
Sorry,
your body.
I'm sorry, Scott. I didn't mean to make jokes at your expense.
Scotty's all fixing something, crawling under a desk. Not in that way, you perverts. I meant like pulling wires and shit. Not
I
crawling
didn't know if
under
you
a
meant
desk.
filming or something.
Oh, well, yeah. Pale Horse is here. God is here with us today. The God. Lil of all trades, good morning. I hope you're doing great. I gotta say, I don't watch enough of your stuff. It's almost like everything I say today is loaded. I don't mean anything wrong. I'm just in a good mood is all. I don't watch enough of your stuff. You've got some good stuff. You've got a good message out there. Lots of awesome people out there. Rational Poet Jackie, I'm allergic to work. Me too. Oh my goodness. Fern Lovebond. Good morning, Fern. I hope you're doing great. Again, we may possibly sometime get a caller, and it's a Ask an Atheist day, so we're gonna maybe see if we can get we'll keep putting the shingle out, and sooner or later they'll call, and we'll see what happens. I guess, guys, it's time for us to refill our coffee cups and go do that thing. So we'll be back in just a minute. What do you want? Let's see. We could do the Pharaoh's Curse. Earlier, we did the post-mortem baptismal kit. So you could do the Holy Halos, or the Pharaoh's Curse, or Wild Bill, or goat-scented flesh candles. So,
what's it going to be?
Yes. Sean Alexander says, I need to find a way to monetize Blasphemy. T-shirts. Put it on T-shirts, my friend. You are welcome. Send me a percentage. Oh, look, we've got votes for the Pharaoh. Pharaoh Sombrero. Okay, 1 vote going for the Pharaoh. And 2 votes. Fern Lovebond, look at you jumping on that wagon. We'll be back in 3 minutes, I think. Is it 3 minutes long? I don't think it's that long.
Mi burrito es tan bueno. It burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. El ataco fue no bueno. It stings like a bee. They told me she was his sister. Now I'm plagued between the knees. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse. There's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno. A full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está no bueno. It burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno. A full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está no bueno. It burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs.
Here we go. All right, we are back. Awesome sauce. So let us see here. McTime, thank you for joining us. Next time I recommend getting your penicillin shot first. Ooh, let me see what this is all about.
Stave it away. Preventative. I like preventative.
Obviously, we would be talking about the STD commercial, right? Brain.
I'm assuming. I'm just assuming.
Yeah, he says before that it says McTime says I think they call what he got bad spirits. Yeah, well, crotch cooties, that sort of thing.
Demons. Penis demons.
Rotten crotch, yeah. Bees come out of your penis.
Oh,
Flag.
like the Candyman.
That's right. I think I remember somewhere that it used to be like this wives' tale. They would tell little girls that bees came out of men's the boys' penises and they would sting you. So don't go, I remember that. Look that up. People don't believe me.
Are you for realsies?
I wouldn't lie to you here in front of my dogs. What
Oh my gosh, that's kind of cray cray.
I know. Come here. I wouldn't lie to these people in front of my Daisy Dukes. Come here. Where's Daisy? Would you like to see our Daisy Dukes? Here's our sound engineer on the show, Daisy Dukes. Yes, she's very businesslike. The microphones are her job, so she gets on to me if I'm too loud. So her and Jack, but the other dogs are like lovey. Her and Jack they're traumatized. Oh God, you got hugged. How did that happen? Anyway,
Ollie loved it.
Ollie does. Oh my goodness. Ollie's he loves being held. Let's see. It's Daisy. Adrian Belgrave. Good morning. I hope you're doing great. Now, I want to check real quick and see where are we on our poll for tomorrow. I mean, our poll for next week. Remember, friends, tomorrow it's going to be heavy metal. I may as well watch that sometime after this. That's how we go. Google Forms. Let me see my Google form. Look at this is my true form. Ooh, event registration. Not that one. Not the one. Nobody listens to Zaphras. Okay, so next week, the options are Signs, Spaceman, Evolution, Tusk, and Cowboys and Aliens. We only have 9 responses, so you people need to go do the thing. Let me put you a link. Now, you can go to the Daily Atheist Morning Show link above, and there's a link on that page. But if you go to http blah blah thedamnshow.com, not snow, show, the damn snow, thedamnsnow.com, the damn ice.
You got snow on the brain, Chris.
Right.
You got doing hippie snowballs. I don't know what's going on with you.
Yeah. Anyway, the damn show /vote. And you should be able to vote for next week's movie of the week. The chat over here is moving really fast. The chat on my screen over here is not moving at all. Que paso? Maybe it's catching up. Je ne sais pas. Oh, no, I don't know.
I don't know. My YouTube, it just keeps. I don't think it's you. I think it's just my connection or YouTube. It'll buffer a second and then it catches up. Like it won't stay on live.
Yeah, I've been kind of noticed some weird feelings going on, like stuttering down here, and see people said there was this, so maybe my internet will down. I don't know. Sorry, guys.
It's because they're running us through Starlink, so that way Elon Musk can hear what we're saying.
No doubt.
And as I say that, it fucking does the buffer again. I kid you not.
Some people were out there and they're like, if you're doing AI and you really want to, Grok is really good at coming up with some naughty prompts. So if you need a prompt to create some naughty stuff, Grok is. Listen, people, if you're watching, don't be stupid and use Grok to generate porn on your home device. That was just fucking stupid. It's entirely stupid. You're Elon Musk literally got in there and stole all of our information from the U.S. government. There's no way he's not getting that anything you type into Grok. No matter what they say, it's going right to whatever. I'm just saying, don't CSM Jenner. Oh, I don't know about that. Well, yeah, I guess it is. It is, isn't it? That's part of the deal. Whenever you use something like Grok and you put in an image and you tell it to remove this person's clothes, Grok doesn't really know about, he doesn't know the difference between a flat-chested 24-year-old and a well-endowed 14-year-old. It can't tell the difference. Many men can't tell the difference. Anyway.
They can, that's why they like the difference.
That's right. Well, I would think that, pardon me, but do you pay money to have the adult version of Grok? I have chat and I have Gemini, and neither one of those will do anything like that. They won't do any nudity at all. They're like, oh no, man, we can't help you with that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I just feel like something was up with that because they knew better. They're not dumb. We all know this. Even if you're not familiar with AI, you should have known to have some kind of block on that. I don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah. Dark God 6, good morning. Thanks. 646. Dark God 646, thank you for joining us this morning. Welcome, fellow burner. Yeah, so never used that before or anything. You know, I was actually tempted. I've been tempted in the past to use Grok because I've heard good things about it. But I mean, I'm like, yeah, I hear, oh, hey, yeah, it's pretty powerful. It's one of the most powerful. I'm like, oh, maybe I need to check it out. And then I'm on my way, skipping happily to go check out Grok. And I see this news article that says Elon Musk doesn't like what Grok says. Elon Musk lobotomizes Grok. You know, I'm like, son of a bitch. And then
Straight up.
weeks go by, and before long, Grok is spitting out truths that Elon Musk can't handle. And Elon Musk is in there again, gutting Grok like a fish. And Grok is barking like a dog for you. I just don't trust it. I mean, if you're doing maths or you're writing a poem or some shit, Grok's probably fantastic. If you're want to tell somebody secretly who you jack off to, it's probably not Grok. I wouldn't do it to Grok.
Hell to the no. Did you see that? I don't know what you call it, but what they're hoping to do with ChatGPT, that it will see you through your camera. It'll be able to see what you're doing.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, not at all. Well, one of the things is, you know how you already know it's listening. You know they're listening. Now, whenever I ask Siri, I'm like, hey Siri, sorry Siri. I'm like, hey Siri, insert any fucking question at all. Siri's like, oh, hey, you know, I can hook you up with ChatGPT for that. I'm like, what the fuck are you? What did I ask you for? If I wanted to, I'd have opened up ChatGPT, but I did not. Siri, I asked you.
I haven't had that yet. Wow.
Well, if you do the paid version of ChatGPT and you install it on your device, perhaps it may do that then. That's what I got. That's why, because it is actually in there and it's connected. Connected for that.
The video I saw, the guy was, I don't know, he's cutting up a pomegranate or something like that, and ChatGPT could like tell him what it was, and I was like, okay, that's just
they can do that with these other. There's a button on these ones that you can push and you can show it. I've seen that. Yeah, I don't know if that's only
right. Like you're right, and you've been able to do that for a while. It will identify things. I mean, you can identify plants, and you can image search on Google, and it will. Yeah, so I should have known. I mean, I knew that that's what Google was training us for way back in the day with the whole pick the bus, pick the sidewalks shit. Damn, we trained that thing good.
That's why they were doing two things. They were doing security and training bots.
Yep. We didn't get paid for that ish.
That's
God
right.
damn it. We helped to build it, and we didn't get paid for it. We got nothing.
Not a zilch. Giles says, Chris, you should monetize the movie thing. The movie votes. You know, all right. The monetize the movie votes. Okay, so if you want to throw $5 in and you can be the person who chooses what movie is put on the list to vote for or something like that. And somebody else has suggested it. Actually, we did have somebody who gave a super chat and said, hey, how do we create, submit for next week's movie? And I was like, go submit. This is how you submit. Here's the deal. I don't really want it to be a pay to play situation. I mean, it's I don't want people going, I want to throw us $5 so they can put the first movie on next week's list. Because then it's unfair to those folk who ain't, all my life I have had no money. So, I'm so used to, I don't want to do that. I appreciate it.
I agree.
Yeah. Now, if you want our emoticons, you got to give me some coin. But it's $1 a month.
Cha-ching, MFers. I'm just kidding.
Let's see. We have somebody calling. We have a caller.
Oh, snap.
Good morning, everybody. All right, sit up straight. It's Chloe Plant says, which question do you, as atheists, was a question Christian would answer honestly, but don't? Okay, let's see. Good morning, Chloe.
Oh,
Can you keep with me?
goodness. Hi. Yeah, sorry, that was my crackle. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Morning.
How are you? You're on. How are you doing this morning?
I'm hanging in there. I'm here with my dog, and a friend of mine sent me the link to your show, and I poked around and looked a little bit and typed up my question. So here I am.
Okay. So the question was, which question do you, us as atheists, wish a Christian would answer honestly, but don't? Ryan, you want to go first? Since,
It probably has to deal with the whole slavery thing. Like when you ask them, how can it be moral to own slaves, and why did God basically give instructions on it instead of condemning it? He condoned it. So I really wish that they would just come out and say, yes, my God thinks slavery is okay, and I agree with him. Just say that. That's what I feel like they should do, instead of trying to dance around it, because I feel that's all they are doing.
That's a good one. That's a good one. The one I would like to ask them or have them answer honestly is that, here's my thinking. Jesus was a thing, but before Jesus was God. I mean, you get to see what God is and how God acts and how God reacts in the Old Testament. A lot of Christians like to go, oh, Jesus is the new covenant. But let me ask you, if you fail the new covenant, or if you don't do things right and you falter, Jesus does what with you? He throws you in the pit of fire or whatever. You get essentially put to the old creature of the Old Testament, gets sent loose on you. So how can those people who think they love Jesus, but Jesus is just a small face of the God they love, but when they look at that God, I mean, it's freaking horrific, but they don't want to talk about that. Second covenant.
Yep.
Well,
I agree with
I
that.
don't know if I've heard of second covenant, but I get new covenant. I'm familiar with that term.
Okay, new covenant. Well, there's the first covenant is whenever they get circumcised with Abraham. The new covenant, you're right, it's new covenant. It's actually the second. Well, probably not the second covenant. There's probably lots of
the
covenants.
new heart.
The new covenant. I like that. We'll call it the new covenant. Yeah, because there's lots of covenants. To say the second would be misspeaking. Yes. Your thoughts, Miss Chloe?
Well, it's tough to know where to begin. Do you mind if I just go in order and talk about slavery first? Slavery and God first?
Are you a Christian or are you an atheist?
I am a Christian.
Okay, good. That's good.
I'm deconstructing from my denomination, but not. My faith for me has never been in question, but my trust in my denomination and the way that I live, is something that's just been going through a lot. And then stressors associated with that have given me some medical changes. So there's a lot that's been changing in my life past couple years. And one of those things was that I never have really tuned in to the dynamics and conversations currently as I'm much more familiar now, like between atheists and Christians. And pretty quickly, a friend of mine made me aware of this issue about slavery. And I definitely was able to grow up with certain kinds of privilege in my picture of God and my experience of Christianity. And so I was raised with a picture where slavery was always wrong. I was raised, where, we never really looked at that. And so then finally, when it was being brought up for me, I started to answer with a lot of the same responses of, certain ways of responding to verses that, he brought Israelites out of Egypt and that this, that, and the other. And, that kind of slavery was wrong. But then other verses and places were pointed out to me, about like the instructions given for like how to do it right. And I feel like I can, something that's kind of blooming in my brain is before I necessarily get to certain completely, I am having changes in my stances, but they're more like incremental changes where there's certain things sort of softening as I feel like I'm absorbing a better understanding of both sides and a better understanding of communication issues and relational dynamics, like rather than being defensive when atheists say that Christians aren't being honest, I'm starting to understand what that means. That it's like, can't we just, stop being twitchy and, and just look at this and just be like, that's problematic. That's difficult. Because even though I was raised and I'm really accustomed to like, well, he gave instructions for something that, yes, sir.
Miss Chloe, I don't want to interrupt you. Could you back away just a tiny bit from your microphone? It's just a little bit.
Oh, okay. How's that? Is that better?
It's better.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
No, it's just a sound. Go ahead though.
Okay. And this is common with me, that sometimes my attention might jump back a little bit, not exactly where it was, but that's pretty common for me, with kind of like where my health issues are at. So I do still, although I do still, although I do still subscribe to God, not ultimately like this belief that slavery was not the original or the ultimate plan. While I do subscribe to that, I do also see how like the frustration with why can't there be a plain Jane, black and white, absolutist statement that it's wrong? Why instead, like, why do so many things get a statement in the Bible that are, that so clearly say it's just flat out wrong, and slavery doesn't?
Yeah.
And that's a good question, and that's
Yes.
I want to ask God that someday, and and then like why are there these instructions given? And it's, some places look just really barbaric, especially with like how far we've come now to the way that we understand equality and humanity and what's humane now. I think that it would just it makes sense to just give pause and like, look, part of these places are really, they're ancient, they're rough, they're brutal, and just let it be that, and then feel like we've got more work to do and more study to do, rather than trying to grease the pipes to have this old answer sent down them, rather than just taking a fresh look at them.
Right.
So
that's a lot. That's a lot for you to take in, I'm sure. It's a complicated thing. You may not be really familiar with how ingrained slavery actually is in the Bible. I'll be really brief.
that's okay.
In the Old Testament, the God of the Old Testament several times sells or intentionally allows his own peoples to be enslaved for 80 years here, 40 years here. My people disappointed me here, so I allowed them to be enslaved here. Then you have the other parts of the Bible, where it's the Old Testament as well, where he's actually telling you this is how you treat a slave. So not only does the God of the Bible enslave his people, he also tells his people how to enslave each other. And then the New Testament, Jesus comes out, or Paul, I guess it depends on, somewhere you hear, slaves, obey your masters 2 or 3 times. So God demonstrates, God teaches, then Jesus tells you to accept it. So it's only a more recent notion that slavery is bad. It's us as humans evolving in our sense of culture and what's right and wrong. That's just my thinking.
Yeah. And did you, I didn't really learn either of your names. I'm sorry. I just know that there's a man and a woman hosting. Did your other co-host want to say anything before I respond?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Actually, so first, thank you for calling, and you're asking some really good questions. Like, as you were saying, I was like, yeah, I remember asking that question. I remember asking that question. So you're definitely on the right track, because if you can get beyond those, I think you'll free yourself up with your spirituality. Like, if that's your goal, you want to keep your faith, I think that you'll be open to much better things because I heard you kind of say, like, can we accept that they were, ancient? It was a bit rough. They had this God. A lot of the things they did were iffy. Why don't we just do better with this God? This is kind of a record, but we don't have to look at the stories like with slavery and say, oh, well, this is how we should keep our slaves. We should just look at it as, here's where we messed up. Let's do better.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think people really want to entrench and ingrain those beliefs into people. And I believe it's deliberate. That it might offend you or upset you, but I do believe that it's intentional to treat people and like put people in classes better than, be exclusionary, make privileges for people who are in that specific group, and make outsiders feel like they're not welcome in. And again, that's not every Christian. It's a very broad brush, but that's why I feel like they really want to hold on to those ancient rough stories, if you will. Beyond that, goodness gracious. Well, with what Chris said, I do also agree with him that slavery was, not just condoned, but given examples of how you do it. And
no question.
And stories of treating women like property, basically, and how you would treat a woman from a foreign country or a woman within your country, or what you do when you want to take someone's land, like with Moses in number 31, and to kill all the young boys and get rid of them, but keep all the young girls. And that's what they did. That was their instructions. It was like prescriptive, So we either have to say, well, can God do immoral things, or was it not immoral? I don't know. And until we let all that stuff go again and just say, like, it's not real, it's just the God's real, but their people's beliefs are, folklore or orthodoxy, rituals, traditions, their culture. That's the important part is the traditions and the culture, but can we just leave the rest behind? Anyway, sorry, that was a lot. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Well, I just wanted to, one thing I wanted to clarify is when I was saying, like, why can't we just acknowledge what's there? It's kind of like as soon, I've seen enough and heard enough of like different call-ins or interviews and things that, like, usually when these difficult passages are brought up, that, the Christian responder gets kind of dancy-antsy and wants to like rush really quick to this, kind of like a pre-prepared and understandably pre-prepared, but like this already established thing that they want to just see if they can sell the other person on, and just like, let's just get through this. We've already, cut and dried it and shaped it like this. And if you'll just accept it like this, it makes the dissonance go away. And the thing is that, when you're trying to, it's kind of like trying to have a conversation about rough stuff without pausing to just express empathy and pausing to say, I'm so sorry that happened. Like, it's just like trying to it's like rushing through a conversation with no empathy and without stopping to say, like, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Like, can we have conversations about the Bible and conversation about passages without like rushing to just sanitize it and just pause and just give every bit its due dignity of, like, that's really difficult. That's really brutal and troubling and really contrasting to what we know and how we live now. That's kind of what I meant there. Like, if in terms of like Christians relating to anybody who believes differently about these difficult passages, to just, be a little bit more settled and grounded about it. Because otherwise it's just kind of shifty, like you've got something to hide, or like you're not very secure there, and it just doesn't bode well. And there is that thing. And then something that I do, as you were kind of going through different passages, kind of from old to new, about the places that hit on slavery and treatment of women, something that popped up in my head, this hasn't happened before, but there's like places, I think there's a place somewhere towards the end of Isaiah that I believe talks about, life after sin, life after everything bad is over. just to simplify, I'm simplifying my language here for just rather than some of the more religious terminology. And then also at the end of the book of Revelation, I believe that there are descriptions of, again, life after everything bad and harmful is over. And the thing that I think there is that, like, there isn't slavery described there. And I know I may sound like I'm trying to grasp at straws because there's so much about slavery in the whole entire book. Yeah. And if I finish piecing this together, maybe you'll see at least how it is in my head. And you're, of course, totally free to disagree. But like, I do subscribe to when people say that, that God gave, he did an explicit condemnation, and that he even gave instructions for how to do it right, because of it being so deeply ingrained in the psyches that to gradually get people somewhere, there were certain things he had to pick and choose his time about. Yeah. And I know that that's like, well, why isn't all-powerful God doing that? Why can't he just like boom say? And I think that's where like the all-powerful, and the loving thing comes up, because like there are frustrating times when he does take control and he does show up with his power, and then there are other times when he doesn't intervene and he doesn't take control. And of course, I know that I've wished in all kinds of times that it would have been, different timings, but
Miss
if you're trying to,
can I interrupt just a moment? I just want to say we do have a Farhan on the phone. He's a Muslim from Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay.
And he's been waiting for a while. I don't mind listening to you.
Oh, sorry.
You're wonderful. And as a matter of fact, I would like to ask if you wouldn't mind calling us back whenever you're down the road. I'd like to find out about your progression. Your story sounds a lot like Ryan's. Ryan was a disenchanted with the leadership of her church, and that was the beginning of her thing too. So, yeah. So, thank you though. I appreciate it. Go ahead.
Would it be all right to not to finish what I was saying, but to drop in something small before I go?
Oh yeah. I wanted to let Ron know that we were here. He can hear us. I just don't have his phone to tell him that I know he's here.
Yeah, and I don't want to hog. I don't want to hog airspace or anything. But this here, hold on a minute. I don't really watch sermons much anymore, but there was one that had been really recommended, so I checked it out. And it's still the wrong one, but I'm glad I saw it. Yeah. Anyway, and the guy was actually speaking to this point about, he said to his whole audience, do you know that there's not a single verse in the Bible that says that slavery is wrong? He started kind of off with that, and then I was like, well, how is he still going to build towards? And I thought that this particular point he made was valid, so that's why I wanted to just stick it in here before I go. Awesome. He mentions the verse where Jesus says to his disciples, I have much more to share with you, more than you can now bear. And that principle of like, there's more to grow into, and that oftentimes when we're earlier in our journey, there are things that if we knew them later, like if we could hear like, this is going to happen to you later, you're going to do this later, you're going to believe this later, they'd be like, hell no. But it's part of like the growth process, and I just it seemed to fit together for me that slavery and other sorts of things and the horrible treatment of women is something that people wouldn't come out of easily. So there's less clear verbiage about it than would be happening later, because it's not something people come out of quickly or easily.
Very true. All right, Miss Chloe, I don't mean to rush you off. I'm going to get Farhan up here. Thank you very much for calling us.
Chloe.
I appreciate you.
Good luck.
You're welcome.
Call us back. Let us know. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
I'm excited.
Bye.
I'm excited.
Bye. Me too. Let's go here, see if I can get Farhan. Farhan, can you hear us? Am I saying your name right?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Or good evening for you, I guess. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to turn you up on our end, but you go ahead and you do what you can. How are you doing? Well, you have questions. You want to know why we don't believe in God. And I'm going to work on balancing the sound, because I'm sort of the guy on here and I'm also the engineer, so bear with me while Ryan answers your question. How's that?
Sure. So why don't I believe in God? That's your question?
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. So I grew up being told that there was a God. I I tried to have a relationship with this being. I tried to talk to it. I cried to it. I would just randomly throughout the day try to talk and connect to it. And I mean, I did that for, I want to say almost 40 years. And I never got a message. Like I never got a call back. I didn't get an email. Nothing. And like me as a parent, like once I became a parent, I think that also too kind of start making me question things, because as a parent, I would never, ever, ever like do a lot of the things that God has done. And it just started to make me feel as though maybe this God idea is just the idea of men, and not even like good men, just a means to control people, to gateway people's behavior, what they do every day, their identity, how they ID, who they like, who they hate. And I just, kind of like the caller before, I just started to ask myself questions upon questions. And once I was allowing myself to sit in the uncomfortable answer instead of like trying to hop the fence, if you will, it didn't make sense for me. And I'm not trying to tell anybody whether there is or is not a God, but for me, it does not make sense. It does not fit in my worldview. It's not in my heart. I couldn't if I tried, because I try so hard. It's just, I don't believe it. I just don't feel it. And I'm just, as a parent, I would be such a better God. Like I really would. I'd be such a better God. So that's, I don't know. Hope that works.
Would you like to respond to that, or do you want to hear from me? You want to go ahead and respond to her?
Yes, I would like to respond to her.
Okay. Go ahead.
So the first reason you gave, I think that was the emotional reason. I think something bad happened in your life, and
the church was the bad thing that happened in her life.
No, the first reason she gave, I think that is the emotional reason. I think something might have bad happened.
For me, it was more logic. Like for me, it was kind of like, I'm doing this thing, I'm supposed to get this, and I don't get this. So maybe what I'm being told isn't the truth. So for me, it felt more logical. Maybe for you, it feels emotional because you don't like hearing people not connect with God. I don't, because you do. I don't know. But anyway, well, continue.
Yes, I think that is the emotional reason. And I would like to answer it from
you don't have to tell me how I feel, but continue.
No, you prayed to God for, I think you wanted something in your life, and God didn't help you.
Yeah.
I think that is.
Well, that's what I was told. I was told you should build a friendship with God. Is that what you were told to do, or no?
Yes, as a Muslim, we connect to God through prayer. We pray 5 times a day, and that is how we connect to our God. I think that that you the first reason you gave, I think that is emotional reason. And
we got that.
In Holy Quran, God says, let me complete. In Holy Quran, God says that whenever a problem comes to their life, and they forget about God, they cry to God, they ask for help, and if they didn't get what they wanted, then they start disbelieving in God. But when the situation is good, they never doubt the existence of God. I think that is true, no? When life is good, you never doubt the existence of God. Is that right?
No, that's not right. It's very much not right. And let me ask you, part of the deal is, here's what happens. When life gets bad for people, that's when religious people swoop in and tell them there's a God. You're down, you're low, don't worry. Allah will protect you. Come into Allah, He'll help you. That's when they do. When you're low, when you're down, when you're broken, when you're up and don't need God, those preachers don't have anything for you. They got nothing for you. That's why they go for the people who are broke, who are weak, who are poor, who are needy. They literally say, go for the poor and the needy. That's why. It's not because when you're happy, when you're happy, you don't need God, right? When you're sad, you get not. It's the exact opposite of what you said.
Can I just refute him for just a moment?
Please. Yeah.
There's one thing about Jehovah's Witnesses is that we have to be we had to be, when I was one, very cautious about what we ask from God. Like if you are asking for anything that could be considered selfish, like that's a no-no. So again, when I reached out to God, it was more of like, hey, can we build a relationship?
Right.
Can I just know, what you think of me? Am I doing good? What's up? Just anything like that. So
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily like that. I was saying, hey, can you fix this issue I'm having with my mom and my dad? Stop my so-and-so from drinking. It wasn't necessarily that. I really was trying to build a friendship because that's what I was told to do. So I was literally just, as a kid, doing as instructed. So you can't blame me for doing what I was told to do.
I just want to point out that you're talking about her emotional decision. She was emotional because she believed in God, and then she used her reason to reason her way out of it. I want to mention that your religion is a fear-based. It's emotion-based. Your entire religion is emotion. What happens if you don't believe? Are you afraid of what happens if you die and you're not good with God? Can you answer that question?
No.
You're not afraid that if you die and you're not good with God?
My religion is based on the concrete evidences. It is not a blind belief.
Oh, okay. Okay, carry on.
Yes, it is not a blind belief. We have a good evidences to believe in God.
No, you don't. You don't have none.
I'm talking about Islam.
Zero.
I don't know about any other religion.
I'm talking about Islam too. I'm talking about Islam too. You're talking about the same Muhammad, right? Do you want to get into this? Do you really want me to get into this?
But do I have to believe that his reasons are my reasons? Like he says good reasons. That's good for you, but they're not good for me.
Right. What? Yeah.
Is that okay with you that your reasons aren't good enough for me?
But if my reason is scientifically based, would you consider it? Would you believe it?
I mean, but I disagree with you. That's what I'm trying to say. What you think is scientific, what you think is truth, I fundamentally disagree with you.
And I back that up because if it were scientific and it were truth, it would be all over the world. Muslims would be using that every day. They'd be showing it on TV. It would be the truth everywhere, but it's not, man. And you're probably going to use some obscure Muslim quote from the Quran and somehow try to shove modern science into that, and it just doesn't work. But carry on with yourself. I'd like to hear what you want to say. Your evidence would be nice.
Yes. So Holy Quran talks about the expansion of universe. So how did the Prophet Muhammad knew about this? How did the Prophet Muhammad know about this?
It really doesn't. It doesn't. It absolutely does not. It does not.
It talks about the expansion of universe. You talk about the creation of universe through Big Bang.
But how many things did he get wrong? Like you want to cherry pick what he got right. Let's just say I agreed with you. What about the fuck ton of things he got wrong? Like that's not cool to try to override all the bad stuff just to say, well, look, he got these couple things right. A lot of people get a couple things right. And
I would argue that he didn't get those things right, but he got so many things wrong. Where did sperm come from?
Agree. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Chris. But
I think his evidence is very weak. He probably said something. There's some quote in the Quran that is just has nothing to do with, and he's just going to try to shoehorn. I'd like to hear the Quran quote, though. Please let me have that. Let me give the.
Okay, that was totally fits on Big Bang theory, because the Holy Quran states that the heavens and the earth was as a single entity in the beginning, and God clove them asunder. So this is what happens according to the scientists, according to the astronomers.
No, it's not. That's not.
It was a single entity, and then it expanded and exploded, and that created the all cosmic entities, all cosmic heavenly bodies.
That's not right. You know, the way you make it sound as though Earth and the universe were the same thing at the same time. But, you know, we actually know that the universe is about 12 billion years older than the Earth. Right?
Yes. I have no problem.
So, right, it doesn't even say that. You literally skip over all that and you make it sound like they came from one, and now you're going to shoehorn in how obviously everything came from the Big Bang, right? That's clearly, the Big Bang says everything came from it. So now you're going to try to shoehorn all that in to say that Earth, and so why didn't Muhammad give us any real advice? Why didn't he tell us how to do antibiotics so we wouldn't be, why didn't he tell us to boil our water before we drank it? I mean, he did tell you which hand to wipe with when you shat. He did tell you to go out. Huh?
So why would Prophet talk about the mathematics and physics and all these things? The Holy Quran is a book for guidance. It is not a book of science.
But listen, you just wait, hold on. You just said it was a book of science, and now when I refute that, you're saying it's not a book of science. What is it, brother?
There are some scientific established facts in the Quran. I didn't say it is a book of science.
Yeah,
I said it is a book of guidance. There are some scientific established facts in the Quran.
Yeah, but you ignore the fact that they're so vague, man. That's true. They're so vague. It's just so vague. I predicted it was going to be so vague, and it's so vague. Didn't Muhammad allegedly split the moon in half to prove who he was? Why would he remove all the evidence of that? Why don't we have evidence of the moon being split in half?
The moon, Prophet Muhammad didn't split the moon. It was the God who split the moon.
I'm sorry?
It was the God who split the moon.
I don't care who split it. He split it on Muhammad's behalf. The moon was split. Yes. It should show signs of being split because that was God's proof to the people here on earth. That was literally what it's for. So to wipe it away so future people wouldn't believe it is kind of silly.
First of all, that incident was not for the whole world. That incident was for the Arabs who were asking for the miracle from the Prophet. And that incident happened only for the few seconds. It didn't happen for 1 hour that everybody can see it.
So you believe it happened?
Could have seen it. Yes, it did happen. Because we have the testimonies of the companions who saw that event.
Wait. So his companions agreed, and yet nobody in China, nobody in the Indus Valley in India, nobody in South America, nobody throughout the entire world outside of Muhammad saw that. Nobody in Europe reported the moon being split. Oh, sure, it happened so fast that nobody else could see it. Is that what you're going to try to tell me?
Yes. That miracle was
doesn't
not for
sound
China
ridiculous
or
to
USA
you?
or Netherlands.
I'm sorry?
That miracle was for only that people at that time. It was not for China and America to.
Where does it say that? Where does it say that? Give me this. You haven't given me a single scripture, by the way.
It is in the Quran. I think I have to give the verse.
There's a lot of shit in the Quran. Just saying it's in the Quran doesn't tell me anything. You could make up literally anything. And when I say, man, hey, can you give me the scripture on that? And you say it's in the Quran, that doesn't help me at all. That's no proof. That's the opposite of proof, brother.
No, I'm giving this proof because this verse or this incident, this Big Bang theory is not mentioned in other scriptures. It is only mentioned in Quran. Why is that?
It's not. It's not mentioned in the Quran. You're completely making it up. Somebody else probably made it up. It does not say that. If it does say that, why wasn't it more specific? Why didn't it say billions of years ago everything came from nothing and the earth came later? Why did it say the whole everything came from everything and the earth and all that other business? I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to, once again, like I said in the beginning, shoehorn your scientific discoveries into your. Oh yeah, go ahead, carry on. Go ahead.
For me, it is a good evidence.
What is good evidence?
It is a good evidence for me to believe in God. Because how did Prophet Muhammad, who was illiterate, how can he know about this in 7th century? He was not an astronomer. He didn't know about the universe and all these things.
Did he?
How can he, I think, produce such a verse which totally fits the Big Bang theory, which is a scientific established fact?
It's not absolute fact. You're absolutely wrong. I've told you that. I've proven that to you. But second of all, he didn't. Muhammad did not know these things. First of all, he claimed that word came through Gabriel to him. So anybody could have gone through him. He also claimed to have headaches, problems with sleeping. There were a lot of actual things that medical scientists might suggest that he probably had a tumor and was hallucinating things. Have you ever considered that?
Oh, Okay. So you are trying to say that he was suffering from schizophrenia.
No, I did not say that. I said he I said he may have had a tumor, and I can understand. Man, I tell you what, your English is so much better than my. So I appreciate you. I'm not trying to bash your. No, I wasn't saying he's schizophrenic. I was saying that he was hallucinating. Well, I guess schizophrenia is a form of hallucinations. Yeah. Anyway, I was saying I'm just suggesting, which is more likely that a man a long time ago hallucinated something.
Okay.
Or that the Almighty God from everywhere, all over the entire universe, chose to speak to him. Which is more likely.
Yeah, so English is not my first language, so
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Poor English. So I was saying that how did he know about this? How can he produce such a verse? I mean, if he was such illiterate man in 7th century, 6th century, living in desert Arabia, tribal area, with no scientific knowledge. I mean, how can he produce such a verse? I think this is unbelievable.
Yeah, see, again, I think you're really giving a lot of credit to what's in the Quran. I think you really are. First of all, I really do. And second of all, the ancient Greeks had a lot more knowledge than he had. How many planets does the Quran talk about? The ancient Greeks knew how many planets there were. Ryan, I tell you what, I'm going to let you talk for a minute. Let's hear what Ryan has to say. I'm going to hide for just a moment. I'll be back. And then Ryan, I'll let you hide when I get back.
I would like to talk about, you mentioned about, I think, some mental illness related to prophet. Hello?
Yeah, mental illness related to the prophet, absolutely, yes.
So I was saying that we have historical records in our hadith, which say that whenever the revelation used to come to the prophet, he used to feel the burden, and he used to, what we say in English, he used to perspire, or what we say?
Sweat, yeah.
He started sweating. He used to sweat. And whenever the revelation came, the weight of that revelation was that too much that even the camel would sit down. And even one companion, prophet was laying on his leg. And when the revelation came, the companion told in the hadith, that is about the scripture, that he felt so much weight. So I think that is a real thing. I don't think that he was suffering from some mental illness or.
Well, literally, what you described is some of the things that people would experience if they had a benign tumor in their head, if they had something going wrong in their brain, even if they had a malevolent tumor, they would have problems. They would sweat, they would hallucinate, they would be sick, they would be healthy. You literally described the problems that a person would have.
No, I'm not talking about the prophet. I'm talking about the companion. The companion was lying on his leg, and when the revelation came, the companion felt too much weight. So how this is possible?
Do you believe it? Do you believe it?
Supernatural.
Really? Do you believe their story? Who's going to tell them that didn't happen? If that didn't happen, they just have the ability to write anything, and you're going to believe it. With no proof.
The Prophet Muhammad was the most truthful person in his society, and the companions we got, we take their testimony because they were the very truthful, honest and truthful people, God-fearing people. So why would they make up such stories and all these things? Whatever they saw, whatever they watched, whatever they experienced.
Power, because people will follow them and listen to what they say and give them money and give their belongings and listen to them and follow them and give them everything for power, man. Obviously, I want to mention here in Revelations 22, 18, 19, the Holy Book of God. Now, this Holy Book is the same book that also talked about in the beginning there was the heavens and there was darkness. Then God said everything. So surely that's scientific, right? In this, it says at the end of the Bible, the Christian Bible, it says, warn against adding to or taking away from God's revealed word. It's literally that Bible is telling us that your Bible is invalid and not to listen to it. And anybody who writes your Bible is going against that word of the Old Testament. I'll read it to you again. It's Revelation 22, 18, 19. And when you don't believe that, tell me why you don't believe that.
What? Bible?
Yeah, the Holy Bible. The Holy Bible, at the end
Yes.
of the Holy Bible says literally, warn against adding to or taking away from God's revealed word, talking about don't add any more chapters, don't make up any more shit. And yet, 7 centuries later, 700 years later, Muhammad comes along and writes
As a
his own
Muslim,
books.
we believe in the. As a Muslim, we believe in the parts of the Bible which are
That you
which are
cherry pick, which
compatible
ones you
to
want to
the-
believe and
which
which
are
ones you
compatible.
don't want to believe. Right?
Yes, we believe that Bible has been corrupted, so God sent final revelation, Holy Quran,
That's
to
not right.
bring people to the right path.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
the basic characters, the fundamental characters that the Bible supposedly like spreads from, they never existed. So having new stories or ideas about these characters doesn't really help if they never even existed, like Moses and
Which
Abraham.
character didn't exist? Which character you were talking about?
Moses
Prophet
and
Moses?
Abraham did not exist, nor did Noah.
Yeah,
None
no,
of
it
those
didn't
characters
exist.
did.
What evidence do you have that he didn't exist? What evidence?
Well,
do
what
you
evidence do you have that he did exist? What we do have evidence
You
is
are
that
saying that he
the
didn't
Torah,
exist.
that the alleged books of Moses didn't get assembled until the 3rd century BCE. So how could Moses
Okay, but what
exist
evidence
back
do you
in
have that-
1100 BCE?
What evidence do you have that Shakespeare
Oh,
didn't
there's
did
historical evidence of that. What are you talking about? Like that? I mean, I could get you some books if you'd like to read upon it, but
We
that's
actually
just
had-
common knowledge if you're an academic whatsoever.
If you want to throw that out there, we actually had other people of
So we
Shakespeare's
have the book
day
from Prophet Moses. Torah
writing.
is the
What?
book from the Prophet Moses. Why don't you believe in it?
I'm
Well,
so,
it's
why don't
corrupt,
I
isn't it?
Use the
believe
same logic.
Isn't it corrupt?
in Moses?
Come on, the Old Testament's corrupt, right? Isn't it corrupt?
Yes, it is corrupt, but I am talking about there are some parts of the Torah in the Old Testament. Why don't you believe in it? You can believe in Shakespeare, you can believe in every
Well,
Tom and
we-
Dick and Harry, but why
I'll tell
can't
you
you
real
believe in Prophet Moses?
I'll tell you the prophet Moses, or the prophet Noah. You asked about the prophet Noah. I'll start with Noah, and I'll say that there is no evidence of a global flood. Period. Done. There's no floods happen here and there. They do, but there was no evidence of a global flood. That alone disproves Noah. Period. He's done. There's no Noah. That's one of your prophets right there. Now, there's no proof of Abraham, or of Moses. There's no proof of Moses. The story says that the millions of Egyptians or Jews were kept prisoner in Egypt, and that they traveled through the Red Sea to escape towards Mount Sinai. Science has proven now that, and even the Egyptians or the Israelites, the Israeli National Museum or whatever, will tell you that never happened. There's no evidence. There's millions of people going from one place to another. It just didn't happen. No Moses. So somebody wrote a book. Is Spider-Man real? Is Spider-Man real? There's a book
Hello?
about Spider-Man.
Okay, Spider-Man,
Obviously.
yes, it is not real.
Uncle Ben says
Not real.
Spider-Man is real. Aunt May, who is in Spider-Man's book, says Spider-Man is real. So why wouldn't you believe it?
Because nobody believes Spider-Man is real. So why would I believe it?
Well,
That is the question.
just because other people believe things doesn't mean you should believe them too, does it?
No, in the past they have been believing in it. So why can't it be true? Nobody believes Spider-Man is true or it is a myth and it is just a comical character.
Right. Kind of what I was
But,
trying to put in is that there's just as much evidence that Jesus is real. Just as now I actually kind of believe Muhammad was real, but that doesn't mean that anything Muhammad said was right or true. It doesn't.
Okay, so
Now, let me ask you, you're talking about the
Prophet
Hadith
Muhammad
earlier. Wait. You're talking about the Hadith earlier. You're talking about the Hadith, and that's your evidence. The Hadith is the same book that talked about how the 6-year-old Aisha would scrape the cum from the inside of his robes. Am I right?
Excuse me?
The same book,
are
isn't
you
it?
talking about? No,
Yeah, you should look at your own book.
Marriage happened at the
Oh, I
at
feel
the
right
age of the
now.
9. And as an atheist, how can you prove it wrong? You have no objective morality.
No, see,
Yeah,
no, that's the
you
whole deal.
don't know what is wrong
When
or
you
right.
make the extreme claim, you're the one that has to prove it. and you guys claim about Muhammad, but you can't prove any of it. And whenever we talk about you in your own book, Muhammad himself, we're talking about the Hadith. The Hadith, it said that he married Aisha at the age of 6 and sexed her at the age of 9. But between those times, she would scrape the cum from the inside of his robes. It says so. He was having a little girl do that. Is that okay with you? Oh, of course it is, because he's the leader of your religion. Do you do that as well?
Where does it say that he was using sexually after engagement? Or
I think you should go look that up.
Say like that.
You know, I was raised Christian. I was raised Christian, so I can do in my own book. I can go look up, but you do your own book. If you want to go look up the subscription, the scriptures, you have a computer, don't you?
Okay. We were talking about the existence of God. Why you are bringing this topic? I would like to give many evidence.
Because
I would like to give more evidences. Yes.
Yes.
Prophet Muhammad prophesied 14,000 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. And you're going to listen to a man who did the things that Muhammad did just because he says he did these things later. Oh, Muhammad says this great thing, but you ignore the fact that he did these bad things. You know, he murdered personally between 600 and 900 people, cut their heads off in the city of Medina. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that. And do you know why that happened?
Why would he unalive? Why would he behead prisoners who were helpless?
No, Jews in Medina had broken the peace treaty, and they wanted to kill Muslims with the help of the pagan Arabs. So that is why that battle happened.
That's not good enough. That's not good enough reason, brother. That's not a good enough reason to behead people.
According to the peace treaty, they were given the punishment. It was all. I think it was all recorded.
I'm sure they.
And
I'm
they
sure.
had the peace treaty, and they broke it. That is why they suffered punishment.
For Ron, you're awesome. We're gonna take a break for just a minute. I'm gonna let Ron. We're gonna take a break. We'll be here. Don't go away, okay? Unless you want to go away, but we'll be back. Just a minute.
Okay.
Let's take a break, folks. Let's take a break. Let's see here. Let's go with. Let's do Holy Halos. Give me a minute. Next up in the Bark Bank, a clergyman with a holy hustle and maybe a few unholy loopholes.
Hi, Barks. Blessings and belly rubs to you all. I'm Father Flanagan, and today I'm here seeking $50,000 for 3% of my soul-saving startup, Holy Halos, the world's first, soon-to-be, church-approved condoms. Following the ways of the Lord can be hard and often require sacrifices of the flesh. Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of Holy Halo condoms.
Hold on, Father. The church very much doesn't like condoms. How do you expect to sell these?
Well, you're right, but these aren't just any condoms. No, my furry financiers, these are permeable. But every single halo has been dipped in holy water, a divine divider between you and sin. You can finally frolic freely and still keep that sweet spot in heaven. Permeable, but dipped in holy water to keep the sin out, but let the babies in.
Let you get your stick wet without getting your stick stuck.
If you know what I mean.
Oh my! Very embarrassing every time.
So basically they don't work as condoms, but they let you get away with having sex without going to hell?
Exactly. The church gets to keep making babies, but you don't have to keep going to confession. Think of it. No more guilt, no more awkward "I'm saving myself for marriage" speeches. With Holy Halos, you can take those pray hands and turn them into lay hands.
Didn't I read that holy water is full of bacteria like E. coli? Won't this be harmful to women's health?
The words are English, but I don't understand the question.
How are you addressing the issue holy water presents for women's health?
Again, I'm not understanding.
She does that. Well, we don't get it either.
Is that mesh from a window screen?
Ah, that's a keen eye you have there, young lass. Yes. Another fine selling point, rough on the outside to increase her shame, as it should be. But soft and smooth on the inside, internally lubed and ribbed for his pleasure. We even have custom scents.
Scents? Now you have my attention. What flavors we talking? Don't pitch me that vanilla missionary nonsense, Padre.
Well, we do have virgin vanilla, but we also have miracle mint and cooing camel, and my personal favorite, sweat of the savior.
and the Vatican, they've blessed this endeavor?
Well, not exactly. I'm still waiting on the papal decree one way or the other.
I'd love it, but you're asking 50 grand for only 3%. That's rough, Father, real rough.
Not running with the big dogs on this one. I'm gonna stay on the porch.
Me too. Good luck, Father. 15%.
Ouch, 15%, that's highway robbery even for the church.
Come on, Father. We're dogs. We know a bone when we see one. 10%, and we'll even bless your branding.
Look, meet me in the middle, 7%, and I'll baptize all your puppies.
7% works for me. Father Flanagan, it looks like
Wait a second, our producers say we have a special call-in bidder. Let's get him up on the screen. Folks, we have the guardian of the sacred fire hydrant himself.
Oh no.
Defender of the holy tennis ball and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poops a Lot the Fifth.
Flanagan!
Yes, your pooped him.
50,000 at 20%.
20%?
And you get to keep calling yourself a father.
Sold to the pup in the very fine hat.
I knew you'd see it my way.
You're very wise, Your Hiney. Would there be anything else?
He may leave.
Father Flanagan's line of holy halos, ultra thin, spiritually thick. Available in 3 sizes: conservative, medium, and liberal.
We're back in here. All right, we're back, and she's not there. Let me bring him back up here real quick. She's coming. There she is. All right, let me bring Farhan. All right, Farhan, thank you for joining us, and thank you for your patience, Farhan. Before I let you, I want to say, I want to look here. I'm reading the Hadith 230. I'm going to share this with you so you can see this with me. I hope you guys can see that. Can y'all see that?
I can.
Okay, good.
I can.
And in this, I'm going to make it even bigger. It says, it was narrated by Salome bin Yasar, and it says, I asked Aisha about the clothes soiled with semen. She replied, I used to wash it off the clothes of Allah's messenger, and he would go for prayer with water spots still visible. So I'm just saying, I don't know a lot about your religion or your faith or your books, to be fair. But I do know stuff. And whenever you're asking why I don't believe in God, I'm saying I don't believe because nobody's been able to prove to me that it's real. When they put forth evidence by prophets, the prophets tend to be so fallible, it's ridiculous. It's actually disgusting. And they would be arrested and imprisoned for life in our time. That's why. Now, I'll let you talk.
No. So you are doing a fallacy of presentism. You are just looking the past with the lens of today. That is not. I think that is not correct. Because in those tribal areas, 14,000 years, 1,400 years ago, the culture and the atmosphere are very different from today.
So God didn't know
So
good morals back then. God didn't know it was okay to not rape children back then. It wasn't. God thought it was okay back then.
How do you know it was? No. How do you know it was rape? The prophet married her.
She was 6.
He didn't rape her.
She was 9 when she. Yeah, she was a little girl, and he's the prophet of God. Of course, she's not going to say no to him. There's no way she's going to say no to the prophet of God. No way. She's a little girl, and he was what, 54 years old? He's my age.
9 girls. 9 years of
9.
1400 years ago, 9 years of age, girl of 9 year age is equivalent to the 15-year age girl today.
You know
because
that? No, it doesn't.
In those times, there were no school, there were no gym, there were no PlayStation. They used to mature very early. They had to do work. They had to do, as a girl, they had to do the household chores and all these things. So
okay. I want to mention scientifically, women and girls have been evolving and getting their menstruation a lot sooner over the past 100 years, starting with about 17 and 18, about 150 years ago, all the way down to about 12 and 13 now because of the chemicals and the hormones in the food they eat. So if they didn't have all that good nutrition, you think they would go ahead and mature even faster without the good nutrition and the hormones that they have now?
Okay, that marriage was so bad, why didn't his enemy object against it? Why didn't the Christian object against it in those times? It was normal.
Did.
Just 100 years ago, the marriage age was about 12 or 13.
Right. I don't give a damn what the Christians thought were good. What the Christians are bad too. You want to talk about Christians being bad? We can talk about that all day. I'm talking about objectively.
I'm talking about everyone at those times. I'm talking about everyone.
Well,
his enemy didn't object against this. Why his enemy didn't object against this marriage if that was so bad?
Does that make it right?
That was bad in their society.
Does that make it right because everybody did it back then? It was okay to marry children? Grown men, they're older than me, my brother, older than me.
How can, just 100 years ago, 200 years ago, the marriage age was very low.
Right.
Even my grandmother married at the age of 11. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can. If you're in the Middle East, I absolutely can believe that. Here, it would be illegal. Now, here's the problem of the deal. Your God didn't know back then, though. Right. That's the kind of thing. Your God didn't know.
It was common at that time. Early marriage was common at that time.
Ryan, I'm going to let you talk to him for just a minute because he ain't listening to me.
One more evidence I would like to give.
I mean, we're talking about what marrying age with Muhammad, like his behavior, basically.
Okay, why don't you talk about his marriage with old widows and needy women at that time? Why only focus on this marriage only? Why don't you talk about his marriage with old widows?
Weren't there other women around that were his age that he could have married? If he was so wonderful, he couldn't have found another woman. He had to go for a little girl, point A, right?
No, he married for his mission. His mission was to bring the tribes together and to spread the message of Islam all over their tribal areas. That was his mission. That is why he married 13 women after his first marriage.
Now, wait a second.
He used it to unify, right? He was spreading the message to unify people. It wasn't necessarily because it's true, but if he could get people on the same page, that's beneficial. I'm not saying that's not smart. I mean, that's kind of what you did. But that's all that is.
Yeah. We're also talking about the same Muhammad, by the way, so everybody knows. He murdered a woman's husband so he could take her as his wife. You should know that. Muhammad personally murdered a woman's husband so he could take her as his wife.
Sounds like
can you tell the name of that woman? Can you tell me the name of that woman?
Does it matter her name? Does it matter her name, dude? Muhammad, this man murdered another man. It doesn't matter her fucking name. It doesn't matter who she was.
You are making it up. You are making it up. There's no evidence that he married other woman's husband to marry his wife.
I don't think I got that. Sorry.
I think he said there's no evidence that he murdered someone's husband to get their wife. I think that's what he said. Am I correct? I'm sorry.
There is no case of that incident happened in the Hadith or in the Quran. Okay, I would like to give the other evidences regarding the existence of God. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. So, do you believe that if someone prophesied about the future and that incident happened exactly, so would you consider that person knew about the future?
No.
Well, it would depend on what you mean by exactly.
Yeah. We're going to use
like if you could say, hey, next week's lottery numbers are going to be on this day and they're going to be in this sequence and and it happened, then I might say like, okay, well, tell me some more. But that to me is like exact. I don't know what your exact is. Is your exact like, hey, in the future, this might happen and this guy might do this and we're trying to fit some narrative? Or
it'll be like far in the future, somebody will win a pot of gold, and that means lottery, right? Tell us your evidence. Tell us your evidence.
No, so we have the exact prophecy about exact time. In the Holy Quran, God says, you would say that he was prophet that made up the Quran. So let's say that prophet said that there was a war going on between the Roman Empire and Persian Empire. Persian Empire totally destroyed the Roman Empire. They were in very bad situation. But in Holy Quran, God said that Roman Empire would have victory over Persian Empire, who was at the top of the might. It was like that USA versus against Moscow or Bangladesh. So how the Prophet knew about this? I mean, it is totally impossible that if someone is prophesying that some event would happen, and that event is, I think, is impossible to happen. It is like
he's got me.
Bangladesh winning against USA. Can you believe it? Bangladesh winning against USA in war.
Hold on. I think you got me. So you're saying the fall of the Roman Empire had something to do with the Persians and the war. I mean, the Persians were a huge, massive army.
Yes, they were at the top.
Right. And how could Muhammad, who lived 400 years after the fall of Rome, possibly have known about the fall of Rome? How could he have known? Won't you think about that? It's time for us to wrap up the show. What I'm going to do is, normally I kind of shut the shows off after this. I'm going to leave this show on so you can go back and watch it. And what I'd like you to do, I think I was wrong. I'll tell you I was wrong. There, about the Muhammad and killing another man's wife, it was two stories stuck together. I like to admit when I'm wrong.
No, that incident happened after the Prophet Muhammad. You are just totally lying here. That incident happened after the Prophet Muhammad. That incident happened. It was going on.
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said before you said I was lying? I said, excuse me, I was wrong. I admitted that I was wrong. That I went and looked it up and I was wrong, and then you called me a liar.
No, you were saying that incident happened in the past, so Prophet knew about this. That is why he prophesied. But that incident happened simultaneously. The war was happening, and in Holy Quran, God said that Roman Empire would beat Persian Empire inside 10 days. This is very specific prophecy.
Listen, the Roman Empire fell. Let me just look over here. Yeah, I mean, just bear with me just for a moment, and I'm going to wrap up the show. The Roman Empire was destroyed and fell in 476 CE. Brother, that's 300.
I'm talking about against the Persian Empire.
That's 3 centuries before Muhammad. So that Muhammad could see that the Persians and the Romans had a battle, and that was the end of the Roman Empire, which it wasn't actually. The Goths, the big Goths, there was other things that actually happened. I think you got a lot to learn. You really do, man, because Muhammad living hundreds of years later and claiming this knowledge is just crazy. I appreciate, but let me say, I do appreciate you. It's time for us to go.
Okay, so I would like to join next week.
You would like to what?
You will be having a stream after a week.
Yeah, we'll be doing the show next week. Now, tomorrow we'll be doing Sci-Fi Friday. So if you like science fiction and you want to talk about the movie, we're doing the movie Heavy Metal from 1981. Give us a call. But otherwise, next Tuesday, my friend, Tuesday about this time, you can call back.
Okay, so next Tuesday I will join.
Okay. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Thank you for calling. Harar.
Harar, yes.
Okay, thank you everyone for having me.
Be safe.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I need to learn how to say those cool things. I'd actually like to learn how to speak.
Me too. Yeah, trust me. Me too. I should be speaking.
That was a very interesting call. Both of them.
That was.
I got heated. I'm not built to argue or debate with Muslims. I'm just not. I go very hard, very quickly, and it's other people should do because they'll be better. I'm not very good at it. I'm really not. I'll tell you, I'm not.
You'll get there. You'll learn to temper. It takes practice.
Well, I would really encourage him to watch back the show. All right, I admitted I was wrong about the one thing, but I wasn't about the other. I actually read the Hadith out, which talked about how he did those things. So we'll talk about that later. Let's see. Taking calls fits you two really well. Do you think so? We've been putting it off. And it's like the last bastion before I shut down the show. I'm like, I'm going to take calls. And if I didn't get the show going, I'm going to shut this some bitch down. Did I say that out loud? I think I did. All right, guys, you guys are fantastic. Ryan, thank you for joining us. I'm going to read our super chat. We did get super chats today, real quick.
Yeah. Don't forget to hit the like, you guys, and stay tuned for Better Than Ember up next.
Better Than Ember.
And thank you.
Yes, Miss Non Sequitur said there's lots of ways. I can read. There is lots of ways, more recent personal testimony that Joseph Smith had gold plates from God. That's true. He claimed to have gold plates from God. So why wouldn't? And then Secular Feelingness has been a member for 9 months. Thank you very much. At a bronze level. We appreciate you. Thank you. Ryan, we'll see you tomorrow for Sci-Fi Friday.
See you then. Bye, guys.
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us. Spicy Chris, you know, I mean, we got a nice Christian. She was so nice and so pleasant and so fantastic. And I was so happy, you know. This is going to be fun. This call-in line is going to be fun. I really wish the best for Chloe and for Farhan. Farhan, I wish you the best. My deal is that I don't have the patience. Rather than going, oh, this person doesn't know. Anyway, guys, I'm off to save the world. You have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. Send safely, my friends.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booth, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goat's the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the goat candle, don't even think.